Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Reviews Insecure. My name is Jamal. With me is Gabby from the Insecure Crew. And we are here to talk about last night's episode 8 choices. Okay. And this episode of the review is going to be a little different because we watched it together last night and we all pretty much talked about all this stuff already. So we're just going to let you guys in on what we kind of talked about. So maybe a little shorter than usual, but you know, that's how we're going to do it. So, Gabby, what were your overall thoughts on the episode?
Um, Episode 8 was great. I mean, it was not great. I'm sorry. It was pretty decent. We got to see or get a peek inside Issa's future, what it could be if she chooses. If she makes certain choices.
Right.
I thought it was very insightful, though, that sometimes there's just no wrong way to do things. Like it could,
Mm-hmm.
each option could be right for you. It's just, whatever your choice is. Like, which is true. You'll never know if it's wrong because we live in an imperfect world. So you're bound to hit, a little bump in the road, even if you make the decision that whatever decision you make, you'll be like, oh, this is the best decision for me, right? Because you're gonna make
Right.
it. It's
You
up
got
to
to make it work.
to make it work. So I thought it was a good episode to depict that whole notation, like of choices, and just like sometimes there honestly is no wrong choice. Now, yeah, if you decide to kill someone, of course it's a wrong choice. But in this to this regard, there's different paths you can take to meeting, your goals. So
Yeah, I think a lot of this season has been about choices and standing up, being okay with the choices that you make, right? And so that's what the main part of this episode is about. We see the episode start with Nathan and Issa having a conversation about maybe moving in together. So that's a choice. They just said maybe decide that. Then they go to the art walk. We see the art walk that she's been planning all year, been planning all season. It goes off great, um, and it shows the relationship, how the Nathan Issa relationship has grown. They're saying I love you in public, and the cousins there, and Molly's wearing terrible shoes, and Issa's wearing a terrible outfit,
Wow.
and so we see that, and then nothing but water offers Issa a position of some sort, like community liaison position or whatever, to do what they're going to do, to do what they continue doing, but do it exclusively for nothing but water, and it comes with a lot of money, and so we look into a flash forward of what her life would look like if she decides to go with them. And at the same time, Crenshaw hits her up and says, "Hey, I have an idea." First off, he apologizes somewhat. It wasn't really that much of an apology. I rewatched the episode again. It really wasn't that much of an apology. But he realized he tried to do something on his own, and he realized he couldn't do it because he didn't know what the hell he was doing, and he needed somebody like Issa to get it done. And so he's been with the event that Issa did for him. He's gotten a lot of different opportunities, and he wants Issa to kind of be around him for that. And so he kind of offered her another thing. And so the choices come. We see a flash forward of what her life would be like if she chose to partner with Crenshaw and not nothing but water. And then we see, I'm assuming this ties up this storyline with Molly and her parents. I think it would be morbid if something else happens, maybe. But life happens. Life happens that way. So, I say all that to say I hope that we're done with the parent executor conversation or the will type conversation. But that's also a part of adulting. We're all at that age now. Well, I know Tim and I are. Gabby's the young buck. Maybe she's not at that age yet. when we got to talk to our parents about these things. But Molly finally got the wheel, got her parents to do the wheel, and her and Torian are doing their thing, and it looks like this might be something for the long haul. So, yeah, that's pretty much the overall aspect of it. But Tim, what did you think of the episode? Like I said, I know we all talked about it last night, but maybe you've had some more to think about today.
Uh, it was decent overall. It was too short, of course. That's the main complaint for that episode for me. I think that it's hard to know what to feel about the episode. It's like I appreciate the information that they've been dropping for real life, but like is it comes to the actual storyline um within the show, I don't know like how I feel about it because it's kind of weak. Like the
Yeah.
plot line is a little weak. It's yes, what ifs, and I understand like what they're doing for like us to be able to like digest. I get that part of it, and I appreciate that. But again, like the for the insecure show in the plot line, the storyline, like that didn't give us much. It just gave us extra stuff to think about, not
Mhm.
necessarily a direction in which like they have to then again reveal in another 27.8 seconds minutes and 8 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It's just like um, and we only got 2 episodes left. So that's where it's like what Raph been saying the whole season, bro. It's like, yo, like it's upsetting because we're waiting on you two to continue to like reveal more information about why things are the way they are and how they got to where they are. But it's still like now you're throwing more information as to like what if some of this stuff is just like imaginary. So it's like why are you filling us with what ifs and it isn't relevant versus giving us what's definite?
Was
And we only got
definitely happening.
because we only have 2 episodes left after this, you
Right.
know.
Right. And we spent a lot of this episode in the future. So it was a 28-minute episode. I would have say there were 10 minutes of it were the Issa flash forwards, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I guess I should mention that in the flash forward where Lawrence pops up in one of the flash forwards. Lawrence pops up in the flash forward with her if she chose Sunshine. And I noticed that he didn't pop up in the one if she chose nothing but water. That was interesting to me. That Lawrence wasn't around in the future if she chose nothing but water, but the future that she saw choosing Crenshaw, she thought about Lawrence. I thought that was pretty interesting. You would think that if she really had something, if she was really thinking about Lawrence or trying to get closure or whatever she wanted to do with Lawrence, he might have popped up in both futures at some point, but he only popped up in the future with Crenshaw.
It's
Uh,
it's crazy because the Crenshaw, here's the consistencies in the two things flash forwards. She didn't understand, like you said last night, she didn't understand why old boy was there and present in her life or her home in the flash forward. What's his name?
Nathan.
Light light skinned Dreyfus. Um, uh, Nathan, and he like she was kind of surprised about that part of it, which was consistent in both. But then Crenshaw's success was
Right.
consistent in both because even in the first joint when she's flash forward, she's on the plane and she's talking to Ty Dolla Sign and he's headed to go work with Crenshaw.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting kind of thing about it. Like he's gonna be successful regardless with or without her.
And I guess it's also interesting too, like that Crenshaw and Ty Dolla, she just likes Ty Dolla Sign, so she wanted to give Ty
Hmm.
Dolla Sign a bust some love. But like in the nothing but water scenario, she
Hmm.
runs into Ty Dolla Sign on the first class flight, and then on the Crenshaw scenario, Ty
Hmm.
Dolla Sign is working with nothing but water. He's there. He's nothing but water's face because they got him on the bus as they drive by.
Hmm.
So it's interesting that it's actually I didn't even put that together, Tim, until you said it about how um, in both futures Crenshaw is successful in some kind of way.
Hmm.
It's just about how Issa is going to be involved or a part of it. And part of it also is like and so she's having a tough time making this choice. Um, kind of like Gabby said, I'm gonna read what Molly told her on the phone because I also think the reason she's struggling with this choice professionally
Mm-hmm.
that she's struggling with the choice personally too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think she forcing the whole Nathan thing, and that's why the whole like because if you truly happy, you ain't worried about that over there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't talked to Lawrence in a year, really. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even longer. So why you even worried about that now that you know? So I think that she hasn't been able to make a choice in her personal life that she can stand by with some conviction. It's making it tough for her to make a choice in her professional life. And so this is what Molly said when they were on the phone. What if there's no wrong answer? Things are never all or nothing. Either way you go, you end up great or not, or somewhere in the middle. I know it's never easy to make these kind of choices, but you'll be so glad once you do. You just got to go with your gut. Every decision you make, just own it. And if you're being honest with yourself, you kind of already know what you want to do. So just do that shit.
And
And I
that's facts.
and I mean that's you can't say that no better than that. And I think that plays well for Issa both personally and professionally because I think we know what she wants, and I think it goes back to the other episode where Tiffany was like, "You don't have to do what's right just because there's what was it? What was the quote? Damn, wait, I can't remember what the quote was. What you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
know what you're saying.
If
Just because it's the right choice don't mean just because it.
Right.
the smart choice, I mean it's the right choice,
Yeah, exactly. Right.
and so right and smart are different things. I say all that still believing that Lawrence and Issa will not end up together, but um, there are some things about that. So, um, have you guys? Let's get deep here, guys. Have you guys ever been confronted with some choices? Well, I don't even know if that's a question I want to ask. Um,
Maybe a
Bro, I
different.
wonder where he was going with that.
I didn't really have a place. I started, but I got lost along the road.
Cause he like, let's get deep here. So I'm like,
Right.
I know, but I mean, like that's something that we all deal with in our professional lives and our personal lives. The choice, like everybody deals with making choices and deciding things. So, like, has there been a time where you had two good choices and you decided to pick whatever one you wanted to and made it work out how you wanted to work out? Let's start with you, Gabby. Give us the time.
oh yeah, um, yeah, professionally and personally, having options of, I guess I can speak to before I moved to Houston. It was, I could have stayed in Memphis, could have came here, I could have went to Atlanta, and it was like, ooh, what do I want to do? Um, for sure, Atlanta and Houston were kind of like top picks for me. So, it was just a matter of, I don't know, I feel like I was going to get the same experience in both places. So it's just a matter of picking where I want, like what I felt in my heart to do. So I think, if I was to stay in Memphis, I was still going to be alive. Nothing was going to stop, I wasn't going to die. So just life would have gone on. If I went to Atlanta, life would have gone on. Came here, life still goes on. So it's just, it wasn't like Tiffany said, it wasn't like, oh, what's the smart choice or what's the right choice? It's just like, what's best for you? Like, what do you want to do in your heart? And definitely personally, I think everybody goes through that where, when to speak to like a significant other, when you're choosing to take that next step with somebody, or if you're choosing to end things with someone, I always say like they could be a good person, but they're just not the person for you. So, you got to pick like, you want to be with this person for long term, or do you want to just let them go their separate way? You go your separate way and y'all do your own thing. So yeah.
Good answer. Tim, choices. And I'm not talking about the 3-6 album.
A classic.
What
However,
you got? What you got on choices?
I think an example of where I had to make a split decision choice where it was like I wonder what the other side could have looked like. 2012, I was leaving the University of Memphis. Um, I had a choice whether I was gonna jump right into like working with players directly. Will Barton was getting drafted, and he ended up going to the Blazers. But like the week he got drafted was like my first week of work with the Grizzlies. And so we both became professionals at the same time frame in NBA. But it's like I decided to go on my own path to get like some inside knowledge of the game versus just trying to like learn it from the outside, from the player perspective. I want to learn it from the inside structure perspective first. Because as long as I keep the relationship, I can always do what I can for a player, individual. But
Right.
if you don't know how things actually work, why they think the way they think, how things actually are like connecting and operate, you'll never know how to actually like fully, like truly, like manipulate it all for your game, for your own personal, like for the good of the people. You got to
Right.
understand it in order for you to, and it's not for everybody to do it that way, but for me, it was in order for me to like stand in freedom later on down the line, with 100%. Like I can stand on my gut instincts at this point because I know how things are. I saw it, felt it, been through it, got burned by it, But I know how at this point I can, I'm polished. I'm gold from that, you know.
That's it's actually interesting. I thinking about choices that way. I mean, I think when you to keep it in the context of the show, Gabby kind of expanded upon it a little bit, talking about personal wise, but in the context of the show, she was making a choice professionally. For she
Mm-hmm.
was thinking about the choices professionally. So it
Mm-hmm.
made me think about like, we had just got fired at USC. And I knew I didn't want to stay in LA. I don't want to live in LA. LA ain't for me. I ain't trying to be here. And so I had a choice to either stay in Tucson, move back to Tucson, or move home to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, okay, you look at the pros and cons of each, and you think about it. And just like you said, like I spent a month and a half in Tucson before I came back to Memphis, just to kind of try it out and see what I want, see if I felt like it. And it was cool, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do or be at the time. But also knowing that if I decided to stay in Tucson, life would have been okay. Like you saying, like you make the best of the situation that you're in, and you know how to work it. And I think that that's what she is trying to tell herself about all the futures that she envisions. Issa, I'm talking about. And so this question is popped in my head while we're talking. Which one do y'all think she looked the happiest in?
Mm,
Mm.
that's a good one.
I think the nothing but water one.
I was gonna say that too. Well, I would say that's the most glamorous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she, but then I felt like the one low key with Crenshaw, and they were about to buy that building.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way they were looking at the building, it's like I don't know. I felt like that was a happy moment too.
Yeah, I couldn't tell like if the Nothing But Water one was like almost too dreamy happy, almost too like, yeah, I got money, yeah, I'm with $10 sign, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It had some reality to it, especially how it started, but then it became like fantasy instead of being like a flash forward in success. It seemed more fantasy than reality. And then the other one seemed like more reality. But then when she came home, it was just like, it was like another reality to it of like, this still real. I'm still at the crib. I'm still
That's
in the
why. That's
apartment.
why.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think it was nothing but water because like
Right.
in the nothing but water junk, she walked in the house and she was like, "Yo, when did we move out to the hills or whatever?" And he was like, Nathan said, you want to be closer to your offices." And I guess I started. She said, "How's it going at the new shop?" So maybe he opened the shop. Maybe he's barbering at a new shop. Who knows? That's not clear. But in that seems she seems pretty. When she goes to the Krishan joint, she's back in the same apartment. He's like, "Yeah, we had to sacrifice to be on our entrepreneur stuff," and it's like, bro, you getting the key to the city and you going back to a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
that's the reality of how this. That's how it be, bro. Like it's so
he ain't
sick
look too
how
happy.
the world work, bro. It's so sick how the world work, bro. People who be like really about giving back and like trying to help the community and all that, bro. You ain't getting nothing for doing that.
Oh no, we know that.
We ain't right. You ain't getting nothing for doing that, bro.
We know that personally, firsthand experience. They ain't paying you for
It's
that.
crazy how this world work, bro. It's crazy how
Um,
this world work.
and so I noticed something too. So this wasn't in the flashback, but this was the last scene of the show. And it was after I think she was on the phone with Molly, and Nathan had brought some food home. And there was a joke. It's some joke about something else. And he jokes, he brings the food, she's preparing her food, and he walks off camera to go to the bathroom, and he says, no, something like, I just want to make you happy.
Yeah.
Then she hears Lauren say, I just want to make you happy. And she looks over there and she sees nothing. And then Nathan walks and backs into the scene, and she looks so disappointed. She looked defeated, because she wanted that to be Lauren's. And so that's my thought process. That's my thought, at least. That's when I watched, I was like, oh, she heard Lauren's voice in her head and thought that there was going to be him coming back and saying it, and it wasn't. It was Nathan, and she was kind of like,
wow.
She's kind of like, oh, it's you. So that's just interesting too.
But then when she had in the vision when Lawrence came in and was trying to kiss her, she ran.
Do the Matrix.
Right.
So she don't know what she wants. Again.
I think obviously she wants a conversation with Lawrence. Like,
so, yeah, like we said last night. Like I said last night, and you know what I did? I rewatched. I rewatched the last 2 episodes of season 1. Actually, and it was when she had just told Lawrence had figured out about her and Daniel, and he had broke up the apartment or whatever, threw shit and left and stayed at Chad house, and she was doing her best to talk to him and make it work. Like, bro, like at every turn, it was Issa doing something to Lawrence.
Period.
That's why she feels so bad about the shit all the time, because she know that she's the one that always messes it up when it comes to her and Lawrence. And maybe his actions are just responses to her actions.
Every action deserves an equal and opposite reaction, man.
That is it. And so in the wind down after the show, Issa Rae points out that Issa D always had in every season, or throughout the whole season, Issa always had a what if guy. So she was with Lawrence, and then Daniel was the what if guy. And then the Lawrence thing didn't work out. She got with Daniel, and I don't know. I guess Lawrence, it was still what if me and Lawrence had stayed together type thing. And then she got in. Now she's in with Nathan, and she's thinking about the same thing. Like, what if me and Lawrence was what if something could happen with me and Lawrence? And I was like, you know what? I didn't even put that shit together. That she was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and everything that she kind of did relationship wise.
I feel like most people are until they like people don't be real, man. People, man, that's one thing I learned on my journey, man. You can be as real as you can be, man, but people don't be real. Don't be real with themselves, and that be the issue. Folks don't be real with themselves, and then be upset when things don't go the way that they think that they should or could go. But you ain't been real with yourself. You can't be mad at the other person, and that's what we all deal with, have done in some form or fashion. But that's just the reality, you know. Like, we have to own our choices. What part do we play in, and what could we have done to like avoid it all together? Like if you choose to do what you do, you got to stand with it and whatever comes with it, and you can't blame the next man, the next woman. So it's tough, but that's life, though. That's bottom line life.
But what's being real with yourself? What is being real with yourself?
Telling the truth, owning what you have done, owning what you could have done to prevent it in the first place. Things don't happen to you; they happen for you. It's always choices for you to make in every situation. You got to detach from the emotion.
You got to be able to live with every choice you make.
Period.
And people might not understand the choices that you make or why you making those choices. But if you can live with the choices that you make, then it ain't nothing that nobody can say to you. Like if you say, you know what, I know the consequences of me doing this, and I don't care the consequences of me doing this, or I know the consequences, I'm willing to risk those, like whatever it is, like you just understand, like you just have to be able to be okay with whatever decision that you make. And I think that's something that's we've seen a lot just this season, right? Even Crenshaw coming back to apologize was a choice for him because he talked bad about Issa. This nigga, he talked down on Issa
Wet.
very, very publicly, on Twitter and in the community and everything else. And then now when you need me, you come crawling back. I'm like, Issa, bro, like you can help the community a lot more. Maybe not messing with this dude because this dude's kind of temperamental. Thoughts? No thoughts? Good.
No, I thought I was gonna give Gabby.
I was letting Tim go first.
I was letting Gabby go first this time.
No, I mean, like y'all said, like how Crenshaw, he had a successful outcome either way, like either choice she made, it's just, I mean, that's like the personal too with the work relationship, you know what I mean? Like everybody can't work together, like she said, like, sometimes you just can't work with people. And I feel like Crenshaw, like he gonna be pulling the card of like, he can't get mad and then pull this certain card with Issa every time just because everything isn't aligning and being, eye to eye. Like people going to business together having the same vision, but how they get to that vision can be different. And I mean, that goes to choices. Doesn't mean one is wrong or one is right. Sometimes it can be that, but it's different paths to getting the job done. So I think, he has to, I mean, he, of course, he's going to do what he's going to do. Like, he's going to get to where he wants to get. Obviously, he seems like he's a hustler, and Issa is going to get to where she wants to get to. Can they do that together?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I think maybe she can. I also think that there is a way that she can just freak it. Like you go get the money from Nothing But Water, and then you partner with Crenshaw on some other thing. Like, you don't have to work full time with Crenshaw to get some things off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can help you more. I can help you more if I'm in this position because I got access to a bunch of different things that we wouldn't have if all of us were together.
But is he open to that?
I don't know if he might not be open to that. And at some point you gotta say, you know what, bro? Like, at some point, man, niggas be like, tired of being broke. I'm tired of being broke, bro. Like, I get it. I get it. I understand what you want to do, what you're trying to do, but I'm tired of being broke. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out of this apartment. I need to go get me a better house. My kids gotta eat. I don't know how to hold out people. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta understand that. You gotta understand that.
Obviously, they were paying her a nice little penny because she was like,
she was like, she made it.
Jamal, just waiting on you to really start running. Hit the. Miss Harvey died. Oh, baby's crying.
Baby's crying.
Whack Arnold's tearing this family apart.
Calvin's got a job.
Let's rob this nigga.
Oh, Dave Chappelle. Thank you.
Oh, the GOAT. Thank you.
Thank you for yourself.
Oh, but I think the Crenshaw joint, like he did a lot. He did a lot against Issa, you know what I'm saying? But like, which was a whole lot, But he still came back and saying like, I respect what you did. Like the thing was, he knew she had skills. The problem was she didn't believe in his vision straight up the way he wanted it to be. Like she wanted him to compromise his creative vision. He didn't want to do that. He stood on it. It ended up working out for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this. Like she don't have that situation still. If Crenshaw don't do what he did, it took it to the next level for her.
That's a good point.
Still. And so he didn't have to apologize too much, but he still humbled himself to come back and be like, yo, I know you got skills. I see something else that we could do. Like, I apologize for doing this, that, and the other, but I see we can partner. I see you really, really about what you say you about now. Like, I went too far. So let's see if we can do this. Let's make magic again.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Issa isn't where she is if Crenshaw doesn't do what he did in his one performance. All right, so we had 30. We'll probably do another 5 to 7.
Yeah, because it's like, why are we stretching the hour and if they can't stretch to an hour? That's what I've been trying to understand.
Yeah. So let's talk about something interesting. Molly and Torian. Molly's been going through a tough time with her parents, and Torian did the thing. He postmated her some wings and wine. So wings and wine make everything better. Y'all drink more wine. Tim, you drink more wine than me. I'm a beer and whiskey man. What wine are you drinking with your wings?
If I was still eating wings, or if I get some not wings,
or we don't eat meat.
Yeah, I ain't been eating too much meat really, like outside of fish when I eat meat. But I've gone some strong stretches in the last year and a half of like no meat at all, been on some real vegan type. It's just really hard to do that here in the M, but
much better than me, my boy.
Man, yeah, I'm just trying to keep my life together the best possible. Try new things. But what was I talking about at first before I got to ranting about that? What were we talking about?
What kind of wine?
Okay. So back to the wine.
Chicken eating days when you was going to Ching's.
I mean, Louis Martini is a nice wine I like to end the night with, man. It's a nice red, nice cab. I like, man, Louis Martini. Or even just like a 19 Crime, something light, you know.
You put me on the 19 Crimes all them years ago. You were ordering that at Blue.
Yeah, a while back. Yeah. Way before Snoop got on it. Way before Snoop got on it. But it was just like a cheaper wine, but then it's a decent quality though, you know. So that's something I probably do with some wings or something like that, especially with Postmates, not too expensive. That's something decent.
Okay, so here's the question. So it's a 2-part question. Gabby, what about you? What kind of wings? I mean, what kind of wine will you drink? Do you drink wine? I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, I said yeah, I drink wine.
What kind of wine do you want with your wings?
I probably wouldn't drink it with wings, to be honest.
There you go. Wings is beer, dog. Like you gotta drink.
I agree.
I drink beer.
I don't drink beer, but I'm not drinking. I wouldn't drink wine with.
Okay.
If I was at Blue, think about this. Like, so if we was at Blue after the game and we had ordered wings and fries, it would just be me. I've done that before. So it's not like I wouldn't do it at the house necessarily, but like if we were outside in an environment, like I've done that before. So it's not that off, but I wouldn't do it at the crib.
So here's the thing. What particular wing order are you sending? Are you sending, Gabby, what kind of wing order does a man need to send you to get to your heart? 10-piece lemon pepper wet, 20-piece honey gold.
Oh, honey gold. Well, half honey gold, half garlic parmesan.
I just had my first garlic parmesan. I just had my first garlic parmesan wing a couple weeks ago.
I love garlic parmesan. I love parmesan. Like I eat the cheese by itself. So.
What you eat parmesan cheese by itself?
I'm weird. Yeah, I be buying like a tub of it. It's just eating.
A little mouse looking ass. Not something.
I think I would send somebody, let me send them a little 10-piece. I might do a 20-piece so I can flex on the flavors, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might hit you with a honey hot. And then I say I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna send 2 orders, show you how much I really care. I'm gonna send you a 10-piece from Ching's Honey Gold. Then I'm gonna send you another 10-piece mild from Debo's.
Just to give you some variety.
Variety, cuz. Variety.
Places.
Huh?
I said 2 different places.
2 different places. And one gonna come at 8 o'clock. So you're gonna get the wings at 8, and you think, oh man, he really thought wings are great. Then boom, 9 o'clock, other wings, just for a late night snack in the morning.
And just in case you didn't enjoy the first one, you know?
Just in case if the honey gold wasn't your thing, boom.
And really, this is really the play for the second one. Let me tell you what the second wings is really for. Because the first one you're seeing with the wine, right? Seeing the first one with the wine. By the time they get that wine open, that second one coming, if you gonna did your job right, you should be on the way by the time that wine get open. Them second wings for you. What you talking about, dog? Them second wings for you.
You pull up with the second order of wings. Man, I was in the area and I didn't even know if you liked them wings or not. So I just thought I was gonna get some more. I know you like these. So I just thought I'd bring them to you.
Hey.
Oh, you already got the wine.
And you know they ain't eating all them wings like that because I'm gonna get it with the fries. I'm gonna get the
combo.
You know what I'm saying? The combo. It's gonna definitely be a combo. And I'm gonna be a real one. You know, it depends on how much it costs. That first one, I'm gonna get you a 10-piece whole with fries. Cause I know you definitely not eating it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all of them seasoned, right? All seasoned. But then half of them drizzle the honey hot on top of it.
Give it, and then you know what?
But you gotta have that base seasoning. I want to let you know how. I don't want you to be salty, but I want you to be seasoned. It's a seasoned player right here. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a seasoned player. I need you to know about this seasoning.
And just cause it hits the flavor palette different, I'm gonna give you blue cheese and ranch.
Hey, come on now, Doc. Don't you do that? Don't you do that? Don't you do that?
Blue cheese and ranch, carrots and celery with some bread, bro. Come on.
And my mama biscuits. Come on, man.
Not my mama biscuits.
And my mama biscuits. Come on, dog.
I don't care about nobody's stomach.
Yeah, we care about the stomach because we're gonna get you. Listen, I said a combo, so I'm gonna send some ginger ale over there in the cup.
That's when you pop up with the second order with the ginger ale.
Let me show y'all. And then just to be sure, your stomach be alright. You don't get regular ginger ale, bro. You get this.
You get the bold.
The bold. That's the new. That's that new. You feel me? That's gonna clear out all that. That's gonna clear all that out, settle you down, you know, and you can be straight.
Before you get there?
No, I'm sitting there at the home. I'm sitting there with the meal, so she can be straight after she eat the wings.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody trying to like. You gotta clear out before you get there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't mind about that. Right, listen, baby girl, it's natural. You feel me?
We grown.
All right, we good and grown. I told you I'm a seasoned player now. I'm a seasoned player. I'm been there, done that. I'm past them things.
Go on in there, close that door, do what you got to do, man.
You know,
I'm watching Succession. I'm waiting on you.
Cause I'm too busy eating these wings over here.
I'm busy eating the wings you got left.
That second order you told me I could have because you really ain't hungry no more.
Is you hungry?
Come on in here. And just in case I get hungry again, I might send some Alfredo with that wine. Just in case.
Alfredo with the Texas toast.
No, okay, we could do that. We could do the wine with the Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, have you ever lured a dude over to your house with wings and wine? I got some wings if you want to come over.
Add weed in that www. Wings wide. Bro, come on, dog. That's
whiskey, wings, and weed. That
sounds phenomenal. You pick your W.
You
pick your W. 3LW, baby. You pick your W's. You pick your W's. You feel me?
Oh, I'm glad we did it because I was trying to create a moment that I could put on the Instagram so I can make people go watch this. Because niggas people don't die. I really want to see the ratings for the show because I feel like a lot of people done fell off of it and ain't really watching the show no more.
Nah, I don't feel like it's the same buzz.
It's it's hard to recap it. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversations are like, what we talking about? We ramble about different stuff every time
we just spent 9 minutes talking about wings and
like what that had to do with anything.
What are all the W options? Is wings, women, wine, weed,
It has to do with Torian. Torian was a G.
watermelon?
Torian was a G. Torian said, "You know what? I know you're having a bad day, and just to show you how much of a G I am and how in tune with you I am, I'm gonna send you some wings." It looked like it was a Wingstop bag, which is probably, I mean, you know, it's LA. They ain't got no good wing spots like we do, but you know,
Then that's the real player. This next episode we'll see how deep they get with his player. See how player Torian really is. You see what I'm saying? Because that next morning when she comes to their workhouse, oh, that coffee supposed to be there with that little scone, that Danish or something right there sitting on there. Or if she like me, she get that little oatmeal packet from over there at the Starbucks. What you talking about? Just have it sitting on their desk with that maple oatmeal and
That's
that
a
brown
player.
sugar and
That's
and,
a
and
player.
them nuts and them raisins sitting right up in there. You see what I'm saying? You sprinkle it up. You got it sitting on their desk. Cause you work with me. I know what time you getting in here. I'm gonna have it there early.
Maybe she's a donut hole type person. You stop at the little John over there, get you a bag of donut holes. There you go. With
Might
the
like bear claws. You just never know.
You know, maple bacon donuts. All right, so real quick, the preview for next week is they are at the going away party for Tiffany and Tiffany's husband. What's his name?
Light skinned Dreyfus too.
Yeah.
What's his name? Derek.
Tiffany and Derek.
Yeah.
And Lawrence is kind of fretting on going, but he ends up going. Apparently, I mean, they trick you with the editing of these previews, so you don't really know what goes on. But you would think that Lawrence and Condola will be at that party. Issa and Nathan will be at that party, and there's a conversation they show outside of Nathan saying, "Man, Issa X in there," and his boy is like, "I don't like it."
Oh, you kind of sound like him.
I'm like,
you really did sound just like dude.
I'm like, bro, like this dog, they ain't been together in a year and a half or something. Like don't you worry about the wrong thing, man. Just go do your thing and do your
So we probably gonna get 5 minutes of this party. If that.
You know how that go.
I think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna. Hopefully, it's a lot of the episodes. There's some conversation that happen.
The cousin came back in, so I'm done with Nathan's story. Like I don't have to see no more of the mental health. I don't have to see that. So I low key don't really care to see the co-parenting with Condola and Lawrence anymore. I think we already went through that.
I ain't trying to see Molly Mama. I ain't trying to see.
Yeah.
Like, I really ain't caring if y'all seen her and Torian. It's really just about Issa.
I just want to see
Lawrence
That's
and
all.
Molly.
I want to see if they have a conversation.
Yep.
And Kelly, if Kelly gonna butt in it too.
Of course she will.
Can we get a scene of at least 5 minutes with Kelly and Issa's assistant in the same room? Can we please get that?
That'd be funny.
I just need that for the end of the season.
Well, I need for us to be done with this, and we are. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the Kickback Reviews Insecure. We do this after every episode. We try to at least.
Some weeks are better than others.
Some weeks are better than others. If the episode give us what to talk about, we'll talk about it. We just spent 10 minutes talking about wings and wine.
And watermelon.
And weed and Waymans and all that
and
good
waste
stuff.
baskets.
But we'll catch y'all next week with everything. And I guess Gabby, you won't be able to be here next week. You're gonna be out of town, huh? So we'll figure out who'll be here. Maybe it's Kasia. Maybe it's Raph. Maybe Raph is not working at midnight for whatever reason. But we will be here to talk about Insecure. Only 2 episodes left. Only 2 episodes left. And that's it. And then we out. So with that being said, we'll holler at y'all later. Peace.